What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I apologize for not uploading a whole heap this last 4 days. I used to film on this old thing, iPhone 8s. Remember those? I have since upgraded, and I've been trying to get all of my stuff back, so that, because obviously, I think the only thing left that I need this device for still is the notes that I've written that pertain to certain things that I'm working on, whether it be for YouTube or for film and TV scripts that I'm working on, or whatever it is. So I'm now in a position where I can actually make another video. And so we are back, and we are talking about the birthstone for May, which is the emerald. Now there is going to be a link down below for you guys, so you can go and read the full thing if you want to, if you have time. Bear in mind, I'm only looking at specifically how does having the emerald as your birthstone affect your personality, like what are the key traits and stuff that it's going to give you as far as your personality is concerned. So let's dive into that bit. I have already scrolled myself down to the particular part that I need. Just gonna set this up so that I can put it there and read it. Excuse me. Alright, so it starts off, for whatever reason, saying if your partner, friend, or loved ones, we're looking at you specifically. If you were born in May, we're looking at you specifically. So if you have an emerald as your birthstone, consider yourself lucky. Emerald people love unconditionally. They are very loyal and they are very faithful partners. They're very good at gelling with different types of personalities. However, you can be stubborn when you've really got a set mind about something, but those things you set your mind on are usually quite imaginative, quite adventurous things. So happy to personally would be happy to overlook I'd be happy to overlook your stubbornness. People with the May birthstone tend to understand the feelings of others and have deep thoughts and feelings themselves. They are hard workers and they effortlessly bring happiness to those around them. This precious gemstone was famously associated with Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, bestows very powerful traits upon those born under it. Now, that bit about it being associated with Venus, and the bit before that about emerald babies, May babies being hard workers, both of those relate to the fact that the first 3 weeks of May are Taurus specifically. Taurus is an earth sign, so it deals with like the material world. It's very good with finances and business and that sort of thing. So obviously, like, their work life is sort of where they're able to put the most energy, and they're also very fixed signs, so they're very sort of set in their ways. Again, going back to that stubbornness bit, but the ruling planet of Taurus is Venus itself, so it would make sense that a stone associated with that would be here. Also, the color green is the color associated with Earth in astrology. Obviously, red for fire, blue for water, green for earth, and yellow is for air. So yes, some of that the more you know stuff. Continuing on, People born in May, therefore, are lucky, energetic, and eloquent. They're also very devoted and loving. They prize loyalty above all else in relationships, which is a good thing because Emerald protects lovers from unfaithfulness. So, to anyone, if you suspect but have no evidence that your partner is cheating on you, maybe get yourself an Emerald and protect yourself from that stuff. It'll either show you what's really going on so you can make your decision about whether or not you want to continue with that, or it will not reveal anything because there's nothing to reveal, and it will then protect you against that happening in the future. Sometimes Emerald babies can be hard-headed and strong-willed, but this is because they are very motivated. They have quite sharp tongues, and can be very easily angered, which honestly just feels like it's more of the Gemini coming through at the end of May. They have a very enigmatic personality that easily attracts people. They love being showered with attention. People born in May have deep thoughts and feelings, and they want to keep themselves looking beautiful, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally. They might want to try and give off a certain emotional vibe in the room, and spiritually, they would. Those ones are rarer, but you can come across them wanting to sort of shine this quite radiant spiritual energy. So Emeralds are strong and have a solid standpoint in life. They are literally the people that will choose a hill, and that is what they will die on. They will find their little mound of earth, and they will die protecting it. They will die defending it. They need no further motivation when they want to achieve something in life. That right there, they are doing it, whatever it is, to take their belief from what is the reality to what they think it should be, trying to make that change. This thing's written all over the place. Earlier it mentioned that Emeralds are quick to anger. It says here they're also very easily consoled. So instead of the kind of anger that sort of, just sort of simmers under the surface until it explodes or whatever, or the kind that burns out of control for days on end, May babies have the kind of anger that's a stick of dynamite. It's got a short fuse, blows up. It's one stick, so it's not doing super huge amounts of damage. There's not a whole heap of fire afterwards. It's just a big bang, and then the dust settles, and they're all good. They love to dream, and they're also very systematic with things. That comes down to being predominantly an earth sign month, having particular systems in place, regardless of whether it's for work. They might like to have a particular schedule to things, even if that includes when they go out with friends and whatnot. Things like meal plans, workout schedules, all that sort of stuff. They have a system for everything, and they like to be organized within that system, because that's how they're going to be able to, to them, that's how they're going to be able to be the most productive. If everything is in its spot, you can then pick that thing up and use it. Their clairvoyant skills are also very strong. If you have a friend born in May, you may find that they can kind of tell when shit's about to turn sour, and just head to the deep south. You might be like, how do you always know when it's going to hit the fan? It's because their clairvoyant skills are very strong. They also have a very deep understanding of life and love, so it may also come from simply understanding the chaotic patterns of life to accurately, to an extent, predict what's going to happen next. They've got a fair assessment of cause and effect in people's, they're able to gel with a lot of personalities, which means that they understand a lot of personalities, so they can sort of take their understanding and make an educated guess at best. They're going to keep writing this. Like I said, this thing is all over the place, but they have stronger creative imagination. They love anything that has to do with literature and the arts. Now, the arts, I like how they put that, the arts, as if literary arts isn't one of those things. But the arts is a wide variety of things. When you first think of the arts, you think of things you're going to see in an art gallery or an art museum. So you'd be thinking of things like sculpture, pottery, painting, maybe photography, maybe. And then you start following that down through film, and eventually, you take the camera away from film, and then there's live performance. Live performances can be, acting, or it can be comedy, or it can be music, or it can be, and slowly you start to see how all of these things are in the arts. The culinary arts, I don't know if this was just my school, but woodwork and metalwork and those sorts of things were called the industrial arts. But even with those, you can use metal and welding or wood and carpentry skills to create sculptures. It doesn't always have to be stonemasonry or pottery to create these sculptures. So the arts is a wide variety of things. And these people love anything and everything that's to do with that. And honestly, same. They also love to travel and explore new territories. Again, honestly, same. I think I'm relating on a couple of these things because as a Libra, my ruling planet is also Venus. So this stone being ruled by Venus, a lot of these things I'm relating to as well. That whole paragraph, strong creative imagination, literature and arts, traveling and exploring, me to a T. This next one, again, emeralds are happy to be at home, but if they're given the choice, they would rather be outside exploring new places, trying new foods, having new experiences. And then if you're if you are one of the Taurus ones, you're probably taking ticket stubs and photographs over other souvenirs, because you're going to put them in a photo album or a scrapbook or something like that, so that there's a memory, a page for that particular day's memory and the awesome thing that you did. So emeralds are also hardworking and can tend to be workaholics. Again, looking at the earth element there, both in its color and the fact that it's ruled by the ruling planet of an earth sign in this month. So settling down and having children are something that they want in the future, but it's not really a major priority. Obviously, the thing with that can be the future may eventually come to a point where it's no longer possible to have those things in the future. Because time just be like that. They always have high spirits and they always look forward to the next chapter. These people are generally in a good physical condition, but they always feel their pain or get sick in like the neck and ear areas. So it might be like, instead of having back aches like I do, they might have it in their neck. They might, the first symptoms they get when they're having, when they've got a cold might be a sore throat and like blocked ears and they can't really hear properly, or they're also prone to suffering from a shortness of breath. So asthma could be conditions with the feeling pain and sickness and stuff in the ears. Ear infections could be a thing that they're more susceptible to. Tinnitus, the ringing in your ear, might be another one. There's a whole heap of things that can go on with just these two bits. I mean, they may lose their breath more than anybody else could be another thing. So yeah. They can also be quite restless and get easily bored, but they more than make up for it by looking for the next big adventure. So if you haven't figured it out by now, emerald babies love to be out there trying to live the biggest life they possibly can. The mundane 9 to 5 doesn't work for them. They're probably not working in your average like office job. They're probably in a job where they know every day is going to be different, and paperwork's not really something they want to deal with. So whether that's working in any of those arts areas, doing things like construction, or anything to do with architecture, cooking, I mean, I personally, and I said I'm relating to a couple of these things even though this isn't me, but I personally am studying to be a personal trainer, so they could be working in that, where like the canvases that they're using are just their clients, and the artwork they produce is actually the results that the client wants, to sort of try and put that roughly into an artistic analogy. And so while they're doing, even if their job is fantastic, like some of those jobs are, they may still be bored with the fact that that's their mundane. And like I said, they love traveling, so this panorama has probably kicked them hard, and they're not here for it at all. And they're just waiting for international borders to be opened again, and then they're gone. They're going to be on a whirlwind adventure across the seas once more, filling up that passport with as many stamps as they possibly can, and coming back with probably 3 more albums, one for each continent they visited or whatever. Because the last thing that it has here is that they have lofty dreams, but they can also be a spendthrift. Now, that isn't to say that the things that they're getting don't have a purpose or aren't meaningful. It's just saying that they're pretty impulsive with their money, and honestly, same. The fact that I have any savings at all is honestly just so glad. I mean, I'm glad that I do, honestly. But that's where I'm going to leave this, because that's all we've got in that particular section, and I skipped the first part and I'm not even halfway down the page. So if you want to read more, link is in the description below. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new here, and also ring that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. And yeah, with all that being said and done, until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.